Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Jim Cooley. I'm a pastor and elder at Lake Tahoe Christian Fellowship in South Lake Tahoe, California. And I was wondering if you guys missed Pastor Jared's message last Sunday. It's the Creeds in Chaos series. He's on part 4, and it was I Believe in Jesus. You need to check it out. And one of the things that he talked about was Jesus coming to set some things right. And he asked the question, he said, so what do you need to set right? And he said, your attitude? Question mark, question mark. Maybe your attitude? Yeah. Listen, I've made a keen observation during this time that I want to share with you, but I need you to track with me because this is big and deep, okay? Pandemics impact attitudes. Just let that wash over you, okay? Because a whole lot of folks, and I'm not making light of this, a whole lot of folks are out of work right now, and the stresses of the economic picture, all that stuff. But there are a whole lot of other folks who are like not only working and maybe having to work from home, and they got the kids, and they got homeschooling, and they've got the kids, and they've got the cleaning and the PPE and the kids and the extra scrubbing up, and it's like kind of a deal, right? And if we're not careful, we can just get caught up in the whole machinery of that thing, right? And we can get attitudinal. That happens. And we can miss the main thing, or as Jesus puts it in Luke chapter 10, that good part, right? There are 5 verses in Luke 10 devoted to that good part. It's the account of Martha and Mary. Maybe you heard of them, don't know. But Luke 10, listen, this is where I really need these guys here because I have a small print Bible that I bought over 30 years ago. So I really need these guys. Now it happened as they went, that's Jesus and his disciples, Jesus entered a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she approached Jesus, and she said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore, tell her to help me. And Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part which shall not be taken away from her. Verse 39, and she had a sister called Mary who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. Here, listen, this is my little defense thing of Martha. Martha has such a bad rap. I mean, because of these 5 verses right here. She's like, it says, Mary who also sat at Jesus' feet. So Martha sat at his feet too. She was a worshiper, but she had this works thing happening this particular day and whatever. So, okay. I mean, let's just love on her a little bit. Verse 40, but Martha was distracted with much serving. Now, I want you to understand the context. Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem, on his way to the cross. He's on his way to die, right? For Martha. And for you and me as well. And Martha can't get past this bad self-crazy attitude that she's got going on. She is distracted. Martha's distracted. It's the English rendering of the Greek word that means to twist. To twist. So Martha is Mary's twisted sister. Yeah, twisted sister in a bunch right now, right? So distracted with much serving. And it's legitimate because it's not just Jesus that came to visit, it's the disciples too. So we got 13 guys plus family members plus whomever else, minimum 16 people that she's having to serve. So yeah, I get it. She's twisted with much serving. Oh, but then it gets worse. And she approached Jesus and she said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone, right? Therefore, tell her to help me. Jesus, will you please tell her to help me? Tell her to help me. Tell her to help me. You can imagine what it might have been like in that kitchen at that point with the obvious disparity in workload. I mean, I get it. Martha, muttering, strong words, under her breath, maybe over her breath. And it's getting tense in there, pots and pans, banging and clanging together, trying to get somebody's attention. Somebody needs to care because this is a burden I shouldn't have to carry by myself. And the tension is mounting and mounting. And I've been at these family gatherings. Don't want to say that too loud. My wife's outside the door. Yeah, tension in the room. Tell her to help me. Now, we don't know if Lazarus was part of this conversation or not, because the word's silent on that, so maybe not, but maybe so. We don't know. Word leaves a lot of stuff out, right? What did John say? Hey, if all the things that happened with Jesus did were written down in books, the whole world couldn't contain them, that kind of deal. So maybe Martha might have complained about Lazarus as well. We don't know. She could have said something like, hey, Lazarus, could use a hand over here in the kitchen. Maybe you could help me out. Hey, could you help me? Oh, no. Wait a minute. Don't bother. I get it. I forgot. You were dead for 4 days last week. So, you know what? I mean, how long are you going to milk that one, Lazarus? Yeah. Verse 41, and Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha. Let me just say something. Historically speaking, when the Lord uses your name twice, back to back, this repetitious, Jim, Bob, Martha, it's not ever a good thing. Saul, why are you persecuting me? Simon, Satan has asked for you that he might sift you as wheat. Not a good thing. Martha, yeah. It doesn't mean that you're probably in line for disciple of the month or anything like that, I'm guessing. So verse 41, and Jesus answered and he said to her, Martha, you're worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen, here it is, that good part, which will not be taken from her. Now, why did Jesus say that? Why did he say that good part which shall not be taken from her? Because that good part is eternal. It can't be taken from her. That's why it's good. It never fades, never wears out, never disappears. It's around forever. The food, the pots, the pans, come on, the kitchen, the house, the furnishings, all that stuff is gone now. It's all gone. It had an expiration date. It had a shelf life, and now it's over. It's like our jobs. I mean, all this stuff is important to us now, and we certainly need to be productive, and we need things to make it work on this planet, right? Jobs and homes and cars and all those things, all the trappings of this world. But they all have a shelf life. We need to keep it in perspective. They're all temporary. The one thing that has eternal life is that good part. That good part. It's relationship with Jesus Christ. It's communing with the King of the universe, spending time with the transcendent and yet extremely personal God. Whew. So I personally need to reprioritize things in my life, replace attitude with gratitude. Maybe you do too, and embrace that good part. That good part. Lord bless you guys. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're having a great day.